So yesterday we were talking about the graphs of exponential functions. Okay, exponential functions is about the graph of the function y equals a to the power x. And then the graph of exponential function is divided into two different types. If a is larger than 1, then it is always going upwards. So we call that it is increasing. And then if a is between 0 and 1, then it is decreasing. Okay? And today we are going to talk about the graph of log function. Okay? Y equals log x base a. And if the base is larger than 1, then it is like this. And if the base is between 0 and 1, then the graph of log x base a will be like this. Okay? 咁咧嗱，我記住咧，我係冇嘗試過去解釋點樣出嚟嘅個 graph， 得唔得？我暫時都唔會解釋點樣出嚟㗎啦，即係點解會係咁樣 curve， 點樣咁樣 curve 嘅咧？咁樣樣，咁呢度咧就係唯一我哋要記嘅嘢，得唔得？要記嘅嘢啊 ，OK？ 兩種 exponential function 嘅 graph 係咁樣樣，兩種 log function 嘅 graph 係咁樣樣。點樣去分兩種咧？就係視乎個 base number 究竟係大過1，抑或係個 base number 係喺0至到1之間。OK， 咁咧嗱，我自己咧就會覺得，即係我自己啊，係個腦裏邊係咁樣分類嘅。我就話，如果個 the base number is larger than 1, then I will call this the normal case. Okay, the normal case. If a is larger than 1, I will call this the normal case. It is increasing. And the log is also increasing. Okay? If the base number is less than 1, then it is the abnormal case. Abnormal case. So the graphs are decreasing. The graph of log function is also decreasing. Okay? 咁咧，我琴日咧講題目嘅時候咧，咁都講咗兩個嘅諗法嘅。咁但係睇你哋個樣就似乎即係未好完全即係知道我講緊啲乜嘢咁樣。咁可能我琴日咧都講得有少少亂嘅後尾嗰度啊 ，OK。但係咧，我今日咧就再嘗試用一啲嘅即係再嘗試講一啲嘅題目咧，用一啲題目咧去講翻，即係主要係計算嗰個嘅諗法先，得唔得？咁喺 log 個 graph 嗰個嘅，但係你要記嘅嘢咧都係呢4個 graph 嘅啫，其實 OK。我放大少少啊，呢4個 graph。呢4種嘅 graph: exponential functions, normal case, abnormal case, and then log functions, normal case, abnormal case. Is it okay? 記唔記到呢度有4種，得4種嘅啫。OK， 好啦，嗱，跟住咧呢度冇寫到嘅，或者書都冇寫到嘅，我哋要留意啲咩咧？即係書冇喺同一版嗰度寫到，應該話 OK。我哋要留意啲咩咧？呢個if a times b is equal to 1, then the graph of y equals a to the power x and the graph of y equals b to the power x are symmetric. Okay, about the y-axis. 呢個係左邊 exponential function. A times b is equal to 1， 即係我之前所講嘅 A 等於1 over b 係咪 ？OK， 如果有兩個 graph， 兩個 exponential function 嘅 graph， 佢哋個 base number 係一個係另外一個嘅 reciprocal upside down 嘅 ，OK， 咁嘅時候咧，佢哋兩個 graph 就會係左右對稱，得唔得？左右對稱啊，即係好似呢兩個咁樣啦。OK， y equals a to the power x and the graph of y equals b to the power x are symmetric about the y-axis. Okay, y-axis is the mirror, and then the graphs are the mirror image of each other. Okay, and 仲有喎 and the graph of y equals log x base a and the graph of y equals log x base b are symmetric about the x axis. OK， 喺如果個 A 同 B 乘埋等於1嘅話，即係其中一個係另外一個嘅1 over 嘅話咧，咁兩個 log 嘅 graph， 一個係 base A， 一個係 base B 嘅時候咧，佢哋就會係 symmetric about the x axis. That is the horizontal axis, is the mirror. And then the two graphs are the mirror image of each other. OK， 即係上下對稱啦。log 嘅 graph， 如果一個係2，另一個係1/2咁樣，係咪乘埋等於1啊 ？OK， 咁嘅時候咧，佢哋就會係上下對稱噶啦，即係個 base number 啊，講緊得唔得 ？OK， 好啦，要記多一樣嘢嘅，記埋呢樣嘢嘅話咧，我哋陣間就會好做啲噶啦。OK， exponential function。OK， for the exponential functions graph。OK， 我咁樣寫啊。The graph of an exponential function, okay, that is y equals a to the power x, always passes through the point 0, 1. Okay， 因為無論個 base number 係咩都好咧，當你 put 個 x 等於0落去嘅時候咧，個 base number 係咩都好，佢得到0次方之後咧，都會計到個1出嚟嘅，係咪 ？OK， 所以咧我係講緊個圖嘅呢一點，即係無論 A 係個 base 係咩都好啊 ，base number 係咩都好咧，都會穿過0、1呢一點，呢度 get 到嗬 ？exponential functions 啊。OK， 好啦，咁跟住 log function 有冇一啲嘢係無論 base number 係乜都好，佢都會穿過嗰點嘅咧？都有嘅噃。OK， 就係呢度啦，寫出嚟先啊。The graph of a log function 或者叫 logarithmic function。OK， so that is y equals log x base a always passes through the point 1, 0. Sorry. The graph of a log function y equals log x base a. No matter what a is, no matter what the base is, when you put x equals 1, when you put x equals 1 into this function, y is log 1 base a. But we know that log 1 is always equal to 0. Okay? No matter what base number it is, log 1 will get you a 0. So when you put x to be 1, y must be equal to 0, which means that this graph will always pass through 1, 0, the point 1, 0. 留咗 h 字先。OK， log 嘅 graph 永遠都穿過1、0呢一點嘅。我係講緊呢一點啊，係嘛？無論個 base 係咩都好咧，都會穿過呢點嘅，咁樣樣。好，呢度得唔得？好啦，嗱，跟住仲有一樣嘢嘅，啊，呢個咧比較冇咁明顯啲嘅，就係咧 the graph of y equals a to the power x and the graph of y equals log x base a are symmetric about the line y equals x。OK， 今次咧係講緊呢一個 function 同埋呢一個 function， 一個 exponential function 同埋一個 log function， 只要佢哋嘅 base 係相同嘅話咧，佢哋亦都係對稱嘅噃。但係今次條對稱軸咧就係 y 等於 x 呢條斜線。OK，y 等於 x 呢條斜線，即係個 slope 係1嘅呢條線啊。OK， 簡單嚟講咧就係呢一條啦，45度嘅呢一條。OK， 呢一條，咁你會諗到呢個 exponential function 同埋呢個 log function。當我將呢一個 exponential function graph 擺翻嚟呢度嘅時候咧，其實係咪都係左右對稱㗎？不過今次咧嗰個左右咧係歪咗45度咁解嘅啫。OK， 得唔得？呢一個咧就唔使太過嗱，如果你明到就明啦，但係唔明唔到嘅話咧，都唔使太過夾硬嚟嘅，因為咧你只要記得有呢件事咧就已經 OK 㗎啦。OK， 無論個 base 係大過一個 case 又好，細過一個 case 都好，只要 exponential function 嘅 base 同埋 log function 嘅 base 係一樣嘅話咧，佢哋兩個 graph 就會係 symmetric about the line y equals x。OK， 得唔得？好啦，呢度咧 knowledge 部分就已經搞掂啦。我哋試下做一啲數先。Let's go back to the second classwork. Okay, that is the classwork on 25th of March. Okay, so that is the classwork yesterday about the log graph. Okay. 嗱，我哋一齊做一做啊！呢啲啊 ，instant drill number 8， 佢咧都係要 compare 一啲 graph 嘅，一次過 compare 幾個 graph 嘅。OK， 我哋又睇睇咧點樣去睇啲 graph 啦。佢做啦 ，in the figure, the graph of y equals log x base b is the image of the graph of y equals log x base a when reflected in the x-axis。A 同埋 B 係有一個對稱嘅關係嘅。係嘛？跟住個對稱軸就係 x 軸，咁所以咧第一樣嘢我哋係咪知道咧？A times B should be equal to 1。Can you get this? Because they are the basis of log functions, and they will make the graph of the log function symmetric to about each other, and the symmetric line. Okay, axis of symmetry is the x-axis. So that is this case. Okay, symmetric about the x-axis. Okay, or like reflected in the x-axis. 即係好似個鏡裏邊嘅反射咁樣，個鏡就係 x 軸啦，係嘛？咁所以佢哋係對稱嘅，上下對稱嘅。So we know that A times B should be equal to 1. Is that okay? And then suggest a pair of possible values of A and B. Explain your answer. 跟住咧，如果係向上嘅，就係 normal 嗰個 case， 即係 A 啦 ，A the base number A should be larger than 1, which means that the base number B should be between 0 and 1. OK， 不過未完喎，我哋仲要諗一個數字出嚟喎。咁我哋有咩可以諗到咧？就係呢度有個graph 俾你參考嘅。We have the graph of y equals log x base 3, which is above the graph of log x base a here. First， 好，第一樣嘢，呢一個位 ，this x-intercept is equal to 1. It's okay。好啦，跟住咧，如果係 log 嘅 graph 嘅話咧 ，log 嘅 graph， 我哋會喺 y 等於1嗰度篤一條線過去 ，y 等於1，即係呢度啦，係嘛？呢個係1嚟嘅，留意啦，呢度啊，篤一條線過去嗰3個 curve 嗰度。 OK， 當然啦，第二個就係咁樣啦，第三個就係咁樣啦。要太短啦 ，OK， 好啦，咁跟住咧篤到啲 curve 之後咧，我哋篤翻落去 X 軸嗰度 ，X 軸，然之後咧呢一個都係 X 軸，但係應該係呢度嚟嘅 ，OK。好啦，我點解要喺 y 等於1呢度開始咧？我係諗一諗喎。When y is equal to 1，OK， 我哋 put 應該 sorry 講多次，唔好 when 啦 ，put y equals 1 into 第一個 graph，y equals log x base 3，OK，the upper graph，OK， 咁係咪即係咧 log x base 3 is equal to 1？咁我哋 log 乜嘢係會等於1嘅咧？咁你記住咧，即係 log a base a is always equal to 1. Okay, when the number inside the log is equal to the base of the log, then the whole log becomes 1. Or like this, is equal to log 3 base 3. This 1 becomes log 3 base 3, right? Okay, which means that x is equal to 3. OK， 好啦，咁即係話咧，黃色呢條線，我而家講緊黃色呢條線啊。黃色呢條線嘅呢一個位嘅 x 呢一個位咧，係應該係3嚟嘅。Can you get this？ 我哋呢個位係點出嚟㗎？就係我哋由 y 等於1 y 等於1開始篤過去，跟住篤翻落去 x 軸嗰度 ，y 等於1就會出到 x 等於3咁樣樣。呢一個位係3嚟嘅，係咪？get 到啊！好啦，我哋睇埋紫色嗰條線先。紫色嗰條線咧係代表緊 y 等於 log x base a 嘅。我哋又係 put 個 y 等於1落去佢嗰度。Okay, put y equals 1 into y equals log x base a. Okay, and then we will get log x base a equals 1. But this time, I'm going to change the 1 to be log a base a. Then x is equal to a. Okay, which means that the x value of this point should be equal to a. Can you get this? Okay, 咁係咪見到咧 a 應該係大過3啊 ？A should be larger than 3. Can you get this? And then, how about the green line? Green line. When I put y equals 1 into the graph of y equals log x base b. Okay, then we get log x base b equals 1. And I'm going to change the 1 to be log b base b. And then x is equal to b. Okay, which means that this point on the x-axis should be b. And b is less than 1. 不過之前都講咗㗎啦，呢度係咪？好啦，其實我哋已經排好咗次序喎。B 細過1、細過3、細過 A， 或者咧 A 係 larger than 3， and then B is between 0 and 1. So when the question asks us to suggest a pair of possible values of A and B, I just need A to be larger than 3. Okay, you can write A to be 4, 5, 6, 7.8, 9, 90, and then 1000 and also OK. 得唔得？即係 A 係咩都得，只要大過3就得啦。Okay, for example, A is 5. B is between 0 and 1, and we need to have A times B equal to 1. Okay, so B should be the reciprocal of A. That is 1 over A. Okay, so if A is chosen to be equal to 5, then B should be equal to 1 over 5. Okay, B have no other choice. B must follow the value of A. Okay, B must be equal to 1 over A. 呢度得唔得？嗱，呢度咧，我哋喺 y 等於1呢度篤翻過去嗰啲 graph 嗰度，然之後一篤到個 graph，我哋就向下尋找個 x。OK， 篤到黃色嘅 graph 就向下尋找個 x， 篤到紫色嘅 graph 又向下尋找個 x， 就會揾到咧佢哋各自嘅 value 係啲咩㗎啦。OK， 得唔得？跟住我哋喺呢一條 x 軸上邊嘅相對位置去到 compare 嗰幾個 x 嘅數值，咁通常就會諗到啲 A 啊、B 啊，同埋另一啲俾你參考嘅數字嘅。OK， 我就可以知道咧佢哋嘅大細係幾多㗎啦，得唔得？好，呢度有冇同學完全唔明嘅 ？Any students who has already lost completely？ 我哋睇多幾題先啦。Next one. This is, I think it should be instant drill corner. 嗱，呢度咧淨係輯晒嗰啲 graph 嘅題目嘅啫，得唔得？好啦，睇落喎。So the figure shows the graph of y equals log x base m, log x base n, and log x base 6. Mn are constant. And part A, determine whether the value of m is greater than or less than 6. First, we know that this point is 1. X equals 1, right? And then we need to start with y equals 1. Y equals 1. Okay, 其實即係冇所謂嘅呢度。And then we draw an arrow to the 3 curves. Okay? And then we point the arrows towards the x-axis. This one, and then this one. And the green curve will get this one. Is that okay? 好啦，跟住咧呢3個咧，其實咧我哋都好快可以計到噶啦。綠色嗰個先啦，綠色嗰個係嚟自 log x base n 嘅。咁 when y is equal to 1, x will be equal to n. So this point should be just n. Excellent. Okay. How about the yellow one? Yellow line. When x is equal to 1, 1 is equal to log x base 6, which means that x should be equal to 6. So this point, this position should be 6. Okay? How about the purple line? When x is equal to 1, log x base m is equal to 1, which means that x is equal to m. OK， 好啦，而家咧呢4個數字喺 x-axis 上面嘅數字咧就可以 compare 咯，係嘛 ？m is larger than 6, 6 is larger than 1, and 1 is larger than n. Can you get this? Okay, so in part A, the question asks you to determine whether the value of m is greater than or less than 6, because m is on the right-hand side of 6. So m should be greater than 6. Okay, no need to write any step. M is greater than 6. You don't need to write down any steps here. Okay, but you need to know how you get the results. Okay. Part B, if the graph of y equals log x base n and log x base 6 are symmetrical about the x-axis, find the value of n. So the two log graphs are symmetrical about the x-axis, that is up-down symmetric. Then their base values should be the reciprocal of each other, which means that n should be equal to 1 over 6. That is the answer. Is that okay? No step. 睇下掌唔掌握到啊，大家啊。Number 3, not number 3. Okay, next one. That is number 9. Okay, this is from textbook, and I do not remember where does it come from. So I think it's exercise 8 something. Okay. And the three curves in the figure represent the graph of log functions y equals log x base 0.3 and log y equals log x base 0.7 and y equals log x base 2. Okay, write down the corresponding log functions for C1, C2 and C3. Okay， 咁又係啦，今次咧我就要配對翻邊條 curve 打邊條 curve 咁樣樣，係嘛 ？OK， 好啦，咁跟住我哋同樣咁樣做。OK，this this point is 1, is x equals 1, right? X equals 1. We start from y equals 1. Okay, y equals 1. That is somewhere here. Okay, this is y equals 1, and then we draw a line, horizontal line, to meet the curves, to intersect the curves. 好啦，咁係咪有3點咧？得唔得？咁跟住咧都指翻落去 x 軸嗰度。Okay, this one, and then the yellow one, and the green one, like this. 好啦，不過今次咧我哋未有 C1、C2、C3 嗰啲數字係嘛 ？OK， 但係我哋會知道 C1 嘅 x 呢一個數字會係大過1嗰個。OK，C2 即係綠色嗰個咧會係最細嗰個，並且係細過1嘅。C3 嗰個嚟自 y 等於1嗰個嘅 x 嘅數值咧，會係喺1同埋 C2 嗰兩個數字之間嘅。OK， 好啦，咁我哋咧逐個再嚟睇咯。我哋睇咗呢個先啦 ，y equals log x base 0.3 when y is equal to 1. Okay, log 0.3 x is equal to 1, which means that x is equal to 0.3. Okay, so one point is x equals 0.3. 另外咧，第二個 function 嗱，陣先擺落去啊，因為我哋未有得 compare 嘅。For the function of log x base 0.7, when y is equal to 1, then we have log 0.7 x equals 1, which means that x is 0.7. 另外一個 x 嘅數值係 0.7。其實我哋攞到呢兩個咧，我哋已經可以擺到落去相應嘅位嗰度咯，係嘛 ？OK, 0.3 and 0.7 are the two numbers which are less than 1. Okay, we have two positions of x which are less than 1, right? Okay, they are from C2 and C3. And now we have got two x values which are less than 1. One of them is 0.3 and the other is 0.7. Okay, so if I need to put these two numbers back to these two positions, then 0.3 should be the one on the left. Okay, 0.3 should be the one on the left. So that is this one. This point. Okay, and then 0.7. 0.7 should be the one on the right. So that should be this point. This position is 0.7. Okay, which means that the graph of the green curve C2 should be of base 0.3. Okay, so let me paste it here first. C2 should be y equals log x base 0.3. Okay, and then the yellow curve, the one who will give 0.7. Okay, that is C3 should be the graph of the log function with base 0.7. Okay, so C3 will be y equals log x base 0.7. Okay, and then C1 will be the remaining one, will be the only one with base larger than 1. Okay, and if you do the calculation for y equals log x base 2, when y is equal to 1, log x base 2 is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2. Okay, which means that the third x position should be 2, and 2 should be the only one on the right hand side of 1 because it is larger than 1. So 2 should be placed here. Place here. Okay, which means that it comes from C1. So C1 should be the one with the base 2. Okay, so the conclusion is C1 is y equals log x base 2. 咁樣得唔得？咁樣咧，我哋將呢3個 curve 咧都配對好晒啦，咁樣。OK， 咁 part B 就好無聊嘅。C1, C2, C3 intersect at a point. Find the coordinates of that point. C1, C2, C3 係咪相交於一點啊？嗰點咪就係呢一個1、0呢一點咯。Okay, so the coordinates should be 1, 0. Okay, because all of them are log graph, which means that they have log 1 equals 0. Okay, all of them have log 1 equal to 0. When x is 1, y is 0. So 1, 0 will be the common point among the 3 curves. All right? 好，我哋睇多一題啊。Number 10. In the figure, the graph of y equals log x base b is the image of the graph of log x base a when reflected in the x-axis, where a and b are constants. If the difference between a and b is greater than 4, suggest a pair of values of a and b. Okay, 咁呢度真係其實好簡單啫。Image of each other reflected in the x-axis. That is up-down reflection. Okay, up-down symmetric. Okay, which means that a times b should be equal to 1, or b is equal to 1 over a. Okay, so one of them is the reciprocal of the other. Okay, 跟住咧，佢俾一個好無聊嘅限制你，就係個 difference between a and b is greater than 4. OK， 不過第一樣嘢，我哋要睇多一樣嘢先嘅，就係邊個係大過一個個，邊個係細過一個個。OK， increasing function going up will be the normal case, will be the base larger than 1. In this case, it is the purple graph going upwards, right? That is the increasing function. So b should be larger than 1. And the green curve is going downwards. Okay, that is decreasing. That is the abnormal case, which means that the base number of this curve should be between 0 and 1, which means that a should be between 0 and 1. Can you get this? Okay. 好啦，跟住仲有就係話咧 the difference between A and B is greater than 4, which means that the larger one minus the smaller one is larger than 4. And then you just suggest a pair of possible values of B and A. 嗱 ，B 係大啲嘅 ，B 係大過1 ，A 係細過1嘅。咁好簡單咧，你要佢相差係大過4嘅話咧，你 put 個 B 度1000咪得咯，係嘛 ？OK， if B is 1000, then A is 1 over 1000，咁肯定大過4啦，相差。 係嘛？你會唔會 put B 等於4啊？B 等於4 ，A 係1/4，會唔會咁近4啊？梗係冇咁安全啦。OK，B 等於5 ，A 等於1/5，其實都得嘅，係嘛 ？OK， 咁啊，但係我哋因為佢冇上限啊嘛，佢只要個 difference 大過4啦，就已經得啊嘛。咁我咪 put 夠 B 等於1000，然之後 A 咧就係1/1000，係嘛？咁嘅時候咧，佢哋相差一定大過4啦，得唔得 ？OK，so that is like this. Those steps. 一先啊。好啦，嗱呢一度咧，咁我就唔再講住啦。呢一個 classwork 啊，因為我想教埋你最後嗰個 classwork 先。呢個the 26th of March。OK， 咁呢個咧就唔關佢原本嘅 log 嗰個 graph 啊，或者係 exponential function 嗰個 graph 事嘅。但係呢一個咧，我哋就叫做一個linearization of curve。Linearization of curve. Okay, that is straightening a curve. Okay， 即係將一條 curve 咧拉翻直佢，拉翻直佢。Okay， that is straightening of curves。點樣可以將一條 curve 拉翻直佢咧？咁梗係有啲嘢要改變嘅。OK， 我做一題俾你睇下，做一題俾你睇。I'm now talking about question number one of the classwork on the 26th of March. Okay, which is from the supplementary exercise 8, question number 57. OK， 咁我話呢一個 classwork 裏面嘅題目咧係 DSE 經常問嘅題目嚟嘅。OK， 所以大家要識得點樣做嘅呢一個啊。The graph in the figure shows the linear relation between log p base 4 and log y base 4. If y is equal to this, then a is equal to what? 好，呢度咧呢一種題目你要留意嘅就係佢嘅 axis is not a pure x-axis and is not a pure y-axis. Can you see this? This is not an x-axis and this is not a y-axis. If that is the case, if it is not pure x or pure y, we will let capital X be this x-axis and capital Y be this y-axis. Okay, so we will let capital X be log p base 4 and let capital Y be log y base 4. Okay， 令到佢變成一個 pure x-axis 同埋 pure y-axis 先咁樣樣。OK， 好啦，嗱跟住咧，我哋陣間會用到嘅咧係一樣嘢嘅，就係 y equals mx plus c. If we can write down, if we can change the equation of a straight line into y equals mx plus c, then the slope of the straight line is equal to m. And the y-intercept is equal to c. Do you know this? 係嘛 ？y 對 mx 加 c 當中嘅 m 就係個 slope 嚟嘅，個 c 就係個 y-intercept 嚟嘅。咁呢個咧係喺我哋上學期第4課咧有學過嘅。OK， 好啦，陣間我哋要用呢樣嘢啊。好啦，跟住我哋翻返條題目咯。我哋 let 咗個 pure x 或者 capital X 變個 x-axis， 同埋個 capital Y 變個 y-axis 之後咧，我哋要翻返去嗰條式嗰度啦。佢話 y is equal to k p to the power a, right? So y is equal to k times p to the power a. We are going to log both sides of the equation. we are going to take log. Log left hand side is equal to log right hand side. So log y is equal to log the whole right hand side. Okay, but when we introduce a log to a function or to an equation, we need to specify what base do I want in this equation. OK， 嗱，應該都諗到啦。其實稍為心思細密少少嘅話咧，就應該知道我哋今次個 log 應該用邊個 base 啦，就一定係跟翻題目出現嗰個 base 啦，係嘛 ？OK， the base 4， so we are going to give the base 4 to this log and base 4 to this log. Do you understand? And then this log y base 4 is ready to be changed to capital Y. Okay, so I just keep it unchanged first. And then I try to simplify the right-hand side first. The right-hand side is log k times p to the power a. And then we use the property of log to split this into log k base 4 plus log p to the power a base 4. Okay, and then the power a can be brought to the front of the log. So that's a times log p base 4. Okay, and then we have log p base 4 now, and it is ready to be changed to capital X. And for the next step, we will change the log y to be capital Y, and then log p to the capital X. Can you get this? So now it is in the form of y equals mx plus c. Okay, let me copy paste it here first. Y equals mx plus c, where the slope should be equal to a. Okay, and the y-intercept should be equal to log k base 4. Okay, so a is equal to the slope of the straight line. But do we have the slope? No, but we have the coordinates of 2 points. So we can calculate the slope ourselves. Okay, so a is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That is equal to 2. And that is the answer of this question. Can you follow? 嗱，我先 summarize 一次先啊。逢親個 x 軸 y 軸唔係 pure x 唔係 pure y 嘅題目咧，我哋先 let 一個 capital X 同埋 capital Y 取代咗嗰啲唔係 pure x pure y 嗰啲嘢先。OK， 好啦，跟住佢會俾一條式你嘅通常。跟住咧，因為而家呢個咧係關於 log 事噶嘛，係嘛？關 log 事嘅。我哋首先就兩邊 log 咗佢先。但係兩邊加個 log 俾佢嘅時候咧，我哋要選擇一個 base 俾個 log 嘅噃。而呢個 base number 咧就會係題目出現過嘅 base 嚟嘅。喺呢條嚟講咧，係咪應該係 base 4啊？咁所以咧，左手邊變咗 log y base 4，右手邊咧就係 log 成嚿嘢 base 4。log y base 4就已經 ready 去到轉做大階 y 㗎啦。不過右手邊咧，我哋仲要拆一拆、化一化簡嘅 log k 加 log p to the power a， 係咪？然之後嗰個 power a 咧，亦都可以擺翻去個 log 前邊呢一度嘅，係嘛？咁嘅時候咧，個 log y 同埋 log p 咧都 ready 轉翻做 x 同埋 y 啦。咁我哋呢一個 step 咧，就將嗰啲嘢咧轉翻做大階 x 同埋大階 y， 跟住寫好咗 y 等於 mx 加 c 呢個 form。OK， 得唔得？咁咧就睇下我哋有啲咩資料啦，即係睇個圖上面有啲咩資料啦。我哋有2點嘅資料係嘛？咁咪即係可以計到個 slope 咯，係嘛？我哋而家題目叫我哋計個 a 啫嘛 ，a 咪就係坐咗喺 slope 個位咯，係嘛 ？a 坐咗喺 slope 個位， 我哋就需要計呢條線嘅 slope 啦。咁我哋有兩個 point 嘅坐標嘅話咧，我就用 y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 去計翻個 slope 出嚟。咁呢一個咧，正正就係個 A 嘅答案嚟㗎啦。OK， 得唔得？好嗱，盡量睇下 get 唔 get 到，未 get 到嘅話咧，我哋做多幾題先啊。Next one. So this is 67. The graph in the figure shows the linear relation between x and log y base 5, and y equals a times b to the power x. And question asks you to find a only. Okay. Again, this is not a pure y-axis, so I'm going to let capital Y be this pure y first. Okay. But the x-axis is pure x, so we do not need to let the capital X here. Okay, so let y equals log y base 5 first. Okay, and then we will start with the given equation. So y is equal to a times b to the power x, and we need to take log on both sides. And this time, I need to choose the base of the log to be 5, right? Log y base 5 is equal to log ab to the power x base 5. And then log y base 5 is ready. But we need to simplify the right-hand side first. It becomes log a plus log b to the power x. Both of them are base 5. Okay, and then the power x can be brought to the front of the log. That should be plus x log b. Okay, now we can change the log y to be capital Y. So y is equal to m x plus c. Okay, where the slope is equal to log b base 5. And the y-intercept is equal to log a base 5. Okay? So what information do we have from the graph in this time? We have this 2. And 2 is the y-intercept of the line. So we can put our y-intercept to be equal to 2. Okay? And the question asks us to find the value of a, right? Find the value of a. So we need to save the a from the log. And we need to change the 2 to be 2 times 1. And it becomes log 5 base 5. Okay? And then move the 2 to the index of the 5 inside the log. And then we can cancel out the log. And it should be 5 squared. That should be 25. Okay? And that is how we can find the value of a. And that is the answer. 得唔得？有冇同學跟到？再嚟咯喎 DSE paper. Okay? But again, they are not pure x and pure y axis. So we will let this be x, capital X, and let this be capital Y. Okay? So let x be log t base 3 and y, capital Y be log x base 3. And then we will start from the equation. X is equal to k times t to the power a. And this time we need to take log again. And the log should be of base 3. Okay? And the left-hand side is ready. It will be changed to capital Y. OK， 嗱，上啲話今次咧呢個 log x 咧唔係轉做 x 喎，係轉做 y 嚟㗎嚇，因為佢係喺打洞嗰度 axis 嗰度，所以你要用翻 y 俾佢嘅，得唔得 ？And then log k base 3 plus log t to the power a base 3. Okay, And then the power a can be brought to the front, okay, of log t base 3. Now, this log t base 3 is also ready to be changed to capital X. So we change y is equal to log, sorry, k base 3 plus a times capital X. Okay, and then we write the equation in the format of y equals mx plus c. Is that okay? 好啦，嗱，跟住咧呢度咧，今次我哋有冇 slope 咧？我哋冇喎，不過我哋係咪有 y-intercept 啊？ So y-intercept is equal to -4. Our y-intercept, our slope is equal to a. Our y-intercept is equal to log k base 3, right? And this is what we have got from the equation. And then from the graph, we know that the y-intercept is equal to -4. So I will put my y-intercept to be equal to -4. Okay, so log k base 3 is equal to -4. And then we need to find the value of k, but the right-hand side do not have log. So I'm going to multiply a 1 to this, and 1 should be changed to the log 3 base 3. And then the -4 should be brought to the index of the 3 inside the log. Okay, and then we can delete the log. So k is equal to 3 to the power -4, but 3 to the power -4 is equal to 1/81. So the answer is option A. Is that okay? 咁如果佢今次係叫你揾個世界 A 嘅，揾個世界 A 嘅話咧，我哋就要用埋另一個 x-intercept 咧去計個 slope 出嚟，然之後咧 put 佢等於 A， 或者 A 就直接等於嗰個 slope 啦，係嘛 ？OK， 我哋亦都可以計到 A 嘅，不過今次佢冇問你個 A 咁解嘅啫，得唔得？好，睇下先啊，都係差唔多嘅啫。好，我哋睇睇呢題啊。呢題特別啲嘅，即係13年第71題啊。嗱，今次咧佢就唔係俾咗一條直線嘅 graph 嚟，俾咗曲線嘅 graph 你，跟住咧問你以下邊一條咧係可以轉翻扭翻去做，即係當呢個曲線扭翻去直線嘅時候咧，係變咗做以下邊一條咁樣樣。OK， 呢條有啲特別嘅，想大家睇一睇先。at y equals a times b to the power x. What information do we have? Is the y-intercept is equal to 3. So this point, the coordinates of this point is 0, 3. So we just put 0, 3 into this equation first. 3 is equal to a, b to the power 0. But b to the power 0 is equal to 1. So a is equal to 3. Okay, first, we can find that a is equal to 3 first. Okay, and then this is the type of exponential function, the abnormal case, which means that the b should be between 0 and 1. Okay, because it is going downwards, so the base number of this exponential function should be between 0 and 1. 得唔得？因為佢係向下斜嘅，所以個 base number 咧就屬於第二個 case， 即係咧係0至1嗰個 case 啦。OK， 陣間我哋都要用㗎。好啦，跟住我哋要睇下 A、B、C、D 呢4個邊個啱啦。咁我哋咧係有啲 log y base 7喺度嘅噃，係嘛？但係今次咧我哋咁樣啦，我哋咧都係嚟自題目俾你嗰條式先，都係兩邊一齊 log 佢。Okay, so it's log, and the base of the log should be 7. It's very obvious, I think. Okay, so log base 7 a times b to the power x, and the left hand side is no change, and then we just split the right-hand side into log A plus log B to the power x. And then the x can be brought to the front of the log. Okay. And now it is in the form of y equals mx plus c. 你可以 let 其實你可以 let 嘅，就 let capital Y to be log y base 7. Okay. And now it becomes y equals log A base 7 plus x log B base 7. And if you write in the y equals mx plus c format, it becomes this, mx plus c, okay? Where the slope should be equal to log b base 7. And the y-intercept should be equal to log a base 7. Can you get this? 好啦，第一樣嘢，我哋睇個 y-intercept 先，因為咧，我哋知道個 A 咧係3嚟嘅喎，係嘛？咁即係其實呢度咧，其實我一開始咧都可以變咗做3先㗎啦。如果你撳一撳機 ，log 3 base 7 should be less than 1. Okay? And larger than 0. Should be larger than 0. And less than 1. 我寫好啲啊 ，sorry 啊，寫好啲。Should be between 0 and 1. OK， 咁即係正數嚟嘅，係嘛？大過0嘅，個 y-intercept 大過0 ，which means that option C, the y-intercept is here, 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 and here. In option C, the y-intercept is negative, so it should be deleted. In option D, the y-intercept is also negative, so it should not be option D. Can you get this? And then we need to consider the slope. The slope is equal to log b base 7. But we know that b is less than 1. B is less than 1. Okay? Because b is less than 1. Therefore, log b base 7 should be less than 0. Okay? Which means that the slope should be less than 0. The slope of the straight line should be less than 0. OK， 好啦，咁而家剩翻 A 同埋 B 呢兩條線裏邊咧，邊一條線嘅 slope 係細過0咧？咁細過0嘅話咧，你記得我講過咧係正撇負捺，正撇負捺，一撇一捺。撇嗰個咧係正嘅 slope 嚟嘅，捺嗰個咧係負嘅 slope 嚟嘅。所以而家要 slope 係負數嘅話咧，就係要捺嗰隻啦，唔係一撇啦，係一捺嗰隻啦。所以咧 option A 係唔啱嘅。Okay, so the final answer should be option B. Is that okay? 好嗱，呢度咧我啱啱其實 upload 咗一啲更加多嘅關於呢一個 log 嘅，即係linearization of curves。OK， 要 take log， 即係啲奇怪 axis 嘅 exercise 俾你哋嘅。OK， 咁就喺呢一個 student 呢個 homework platform 裏邊 ，homework platform。咁跟住你撳一撳咧，應該喺今日呢度咧，3月26號。咦，我未 upload 到喎，原來。OK， 未 upload 到嘅原來，睇下先。我轉頭會 upload 嘅，咁樣。咁就即係我預備咗一啲嘅，即係其他出版社嘅 mock 卷裏邊嘅一啲嘅關於呢一部分嘅 exercise 俾大家可以做多少少嘅咁樣樣。咁我轉頭會 upload 上去呢個 homework platform 嗰度嘅咁樣樣。OK， so I should end here. If you have no more problem, then that is the end of this lesson, and you may leave now. Goodbye.
老 Sir，
係。
可唔可以講多次點解 係個 slope 係細過零喎。
好啊，嗱呢度睇先，因為咧個 B 係咪細過1啊？如果你睇翻 log 嗰個 graph 啊 ，log 個 graph， 即係佢係咁樣嘅。log 個 graph 咧一路向上噶嘛。呢一個咧，呢個係 x 等於1嘅。1咧係咪就係個分界點嚟㗎？個臨界點嚟嘅。當 x 大過1嘅時候咧，佢就會個 graph 就會係 above x axis。above x axis 嘅意思就係個 y 大過0，即係個 log 數大過0。跟住咧個 x 細過1嘅時候咧，就出到個 graph 係 below x axis 嘅。below x axis 嘅意思即係個 graph， 即係嗰個 y 咧就係細過0啦。OK， 咁所以呢度咧，當嗰個 b 我哋知道係細過1之後 ，b 係細過1啦，咁 log b 就會係細過0啦，得唔得？即係個 function value 係細過0嘅。OK， 而 log b 就係代表緊呢條直線嘅 slope 啦，喺呢題裏邊，呢個 O 唔 OK？
明啊。
OK， 好得。
好 ，thank you， 拜拜。
拜拜。
老師，我有問題。
係。
我想睇翻呢一個，等一陣啊。2015年 Form 4 Topic 8第181條。MC Past Paper LKL。
LKL。Topic 8。Topic LKL Past Paper。
哦，唔係，呢個冇問題，嗰個
唔係，邊個啊 ？Sorry。喺邊度
？Topic 8第198條。
係咪 LKL 嗰個？
係啊。
Topic 8即係邊個？即係Form 4係嘛 ？Form 4。
係啊。
198條。先。呢個係咪呢個？
係啊。佢呢度咧，我之前係遇過啲題目咧，佢個 x-intercept 係有機會唔係10㗎，但我又唔記得咗係咩喎。
嗱呢度咧小心啲，因為咧佢唔係就咁一個 pure log function 喎，佢嗰個 log function 咧係咪喺外邊咧乘咗個2俾佢啊？所以咧佢嗰啲係啦 intercept 啊嗰啲嘢咧就可能會唔同晒㗎咯喎 ，O 唔 OK？ 咁所以
跟住你講啊，你講。
係 ，sorry。咁呢度咧其實咧。嗱，我哋試下 put 個，因為呢個咧係咪嚟自個 log x base 3咁樣嘅？咁呢個 base 咧係大過1啦，咁所以佢應該咧就係一個 in
一係 C 一係 D。
係啦，冇錯，一係 C 一係 D 啦。咁但係咧而家咧呢兩個 C 同埋 D 嘅分別就係個 x intercept， 一個係1，一個係2，係咪？咁我哋就試下 put 個 x 等於1落去，睇下出唔出到個 y 等於0。同埋試下 put 個 x 等於2落去呢個 function 嗰度，睇下出唔出到個 y 等於0。但我哋知道咧，係 log 裏邊咧，唯有係 log 1先係等於0喎，係嘛 ？OK，log 1 base 3就係等於0啦。OK， 咁0乘2都係0啦。咁所以其實咧呢一個先啱嘅。你 put 個 x 係，
咁咩情況先至會有機會好似有 D 咁嘅情況出現咧？
嗱，如果咁樣啊，如果 y 等於2 log x over 2係咪就係 D 個 graph 啊？因為你 put 個 x 等於2落去嘅時候咧，係會令到 log 裏邊嗰個數變咗個1喎，係嘛？咁咪會出到0咯。
哦，明白。
明嘅。
咁我想問，而家我如果呢條式有冇機會有？呢個叫咩啊？有冇機會有？冇，係唔會有 y intercept 噶嘛？因為佢唔係 mx 加 c。係
啦，係冇可能，因為咧，我哋唔能夠 put 個嗱點樣去計 y intercept 嘅咧，就係 put x 等於0落去。但係咧，當你 put 個 x 等於0落去個 log 裏邊嘅時候咧，就會出咗 math error 嘅。OK， 所以咧，我哋就唔能夠有 y intercept 啦。
OK，
OK， 就係咁樣。
唔該，老師。
好 ，OK， 好，拜拜。
拜拜。
拜。